Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's Russ. In case a lot of you are not familiar, I did a video about a year ago talking about somebody who is pretty well known in the goth community. She's also pretty hated in the goth community because she decided to make a Halloween costume where she mocks rape and sexual assault and things of that nature. And now I am doing another video on her because I had found something where she had mocked a disabled person and just disabled people in general. And this is old, it's from 2014, but I feel like it does shed some more light into the type of person that Adora Batbrat is. And she could very well, still to this day, be mocking more disabled people. So that is why I decided to talk about this. And before I begin, I will leave a link to the video that I did where I go more in depth about her Halloween costume that she made mocking sexual assault and shit like that. I'm going to leave a link to that in the description in case anybody hasn't seen that, because I do go more in depth about that in that video. Now, what I'm going to be reading is a post that I found from a blog on Tumblr. I'm not really sure if this page is still active or not. There's only one post, but it's called A History of Abhorrent Behavior.tumblr.com. And basically what it is it's an Adora Batbrat archive. Sometimes I feel mentally disabled. Photo. Trigger warning, ableism, self-harm, attempted suicide. Many who are familiar with Adora Batbrat and her recent scandals will have seen an image of her in a wheelchair captioned, "Sometimes I feel mentally disabled." In this picture, she is neither hurt nor referencing the controversial singer Emily Autumn. I have no clue who Emily Autumn is, so if somebody could tell me in my comments, I would greatly appreciate it, because I may do a video on who that is and what she's done and her controversies as well. But it does have a story behind it. In 2014, one of Adora's friends moved in with her as a roommate. Her friend was, at the time, recovering from a recent suicide attempt, and Adora had decided to take her in, as she was not supposed to be left alone due to her self-harming tendencies. Adora had attempted to make clear that self-harm was not tolerated in her household, but her friend, in the mental and emotional state that she was in, was unable to absorb this information. And the thing with people that self-harm is a lot of them do it as a coping mechanism, and most of the time, if you tell them not to do it, they're not going to listen, because a lot of them cannot control themselves in regards to something like that. So she is also pretty much mocking self-harm here by saying, "Oh, don't do it. I don't want it done in my house." After her second self-harming incident, her friend went to a psychiatric ward to be admitted, where Adora later joined her, to kick her out of her house for self-harming. So she does something that she is not able to control, and instead of trying to comfort her or be sympathetic towards her, what does Adora Batbrat do? Kick her out of the fucking house. Like she's a dog. Doesn't surprise me that she's still, that this is something else that she has done aside from the Halloween stuff. This doesn't surprise me. It doesn't. I bet there is a hell of a lot more that she has done that I haven't covered on my channel yet. I probably will look into more of the things that she's done and do another video about that. After her second self-harming incident, her friend went to a psychiatrist. Okay, I read this already. Her friend's reaction to this news included screaming, crying, and a panic attack, which Adora sat by and watched without offering comfort, and later described as acting like an obstinate teenager in a text to her friend's own mother. So you also tell your friend's mother that your friend that is having a panic attack, another thing that they cannot control, is just acting like an obstinate teenager instead of doing something about it. Instead of actually attempting to get your friend some sort of help or medical attention or psychological or psychiatric attention, you just brush it off as, oh yeah, she's just acting like a teenager. It doesn't mean anything. What the fuck is wrong with you? If I had a friend that was having a psychiatric episode, I would do everything in my power to help them. I'm getting angry. I'm getting really, really angry reading this. I will tell you all that. When admitted, her friend received a wheelchair as she could not walk. This is the wheelchair that appears in the photo of Adora, which was taken just outside of her friend's room in the psychiatric ward as an attempt to mock her. So, last thing she does is she tells a friend's mother that the friend is acting like a teenager, and when the friend is admitted to a psychiatric hospital, psychiatric ward, Adora decides to go ahead and use the wheelchair as a great selfie opportunity and put her friend down even further. If you still support Adora Batbrat at this point, and I don't even know how she still has any sort of social media. I would have thought that everything related to her would have been gone after the whole scandal with her and the Halloween costume that she made, but nope. I think her social media accounts are still active, to my knowledge. I know that she lost a lot of followers. I remember that because I witnessed it happen when I made my first video about her. But she's got to be stopped. What else is going to continue? What else is going to happen? What else is going to happen? She going to commit a murder? That doesn't seem far off. I don't understand how somebody can do that. I really don't understand how somebody can do that. How can you just not even bother to help someone that is having a psychiatric episode and having a mental breakdown and things of that nature? How can you do that? How can you be so cruel and so heartless to do that to somebody? For online attention, right? Right. She also does block anybody that attempts to talk to her about things like this, and that doesn't surprise me because a lot of these people that do disgusting stuff, half the time when they are confronted about it, either messaged about it, called out in a YouTube video, whatever, they will deflect from it, they will block, they will delete messages, the list goes on. They never want to actually own up to their shit and be an adult. And it is a never-ending problem. Stop supporting Adora Batbrat, please. Please, 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 before she does something that is going to harm someone else. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. And I hope you all have a happy Halloween.